Good morning. It's the weekend. I really didn't do shit to the car this week. I got plantar fasciitis real bad in my right foot, and it was hurting. It was hot. I was flying solo at work, so I was tired when I got home, and I just didn't have a lot of ambition, so we didn't do much. I did get the radiator in. I painted the top tank because it looked like ass. Shot a little paint on this stuff. I sprayed some super clean in the engine bay and then hosed it off. I had a bag over the motor, and well, honestly, it probably looked better when it was dirty. Man, if I'd have been smart, I'd have pulled the car over here a day before I was ready to put the motor in, and I'd have hosed it all off, cleaned it all up a couple of times with some super clean and some degreaser, and scraped off some of the loose paint and then repainted it, and it looked better. But we didn't do that, so it just kind of is what it is. There's that hose I was telling you about. It's 5/8 on both ends. So if you're curious, it's a Dayco 80400. It was like $8 on Amazon. I need to cut it so that I'll need to cut it because it's too long. I'll have to cut a little down here and then shorten this, but I'd rather have it too long and be able to cut to fit than have it show up and be too short. So we need to I did drag the pulleys out that I'm going to put on it. I kind of shot a little paint on them. They don't look great either, but you know, they look all right. They'll be down there where you won't hardly see it anyway. But let's try to get a little work done before it rains this afternoon and before my foot hurts too much. So it turns out we do not have any pulleys that fit. Yeah, maybe you can see that. So this is the pulley we were going to use on the crank. We had it installed on the crank. Come on, get on there, bitch. Right. Put a wire pulley on there, and the crank pulley falls off. Anyway, they don't line up. I don't have any that line up. So now I need to figure out what I'm going to do about that. I know everybody's going to say, well, go to the junkyard and get some more. Well, I don't know if there's any junkyards even around here anymore, let alone any that would have anything this old. So we're going to move on. We got to tighten a bunch of stuff up, motor mounts and transmission mount and all that crap anyway. We'll get the headers put on and we'll move forward while we're trying to figure out what we want to do. Well, luckily my brother-in-law, who happens to be a really smart dude, hasn't grown tired yet of, figuring out all the dumb shit I have go wrong. So he suggested that I get the alternator mounted, figure out which crankshaft pulley lines up with the alternator mount, and then we'll figure out what water pump pulley it needs. That makes sense. So anyway, I got the thing jacked up right now. I need to crawl under there and tighten up the transmission cross member, the transmission mount. I don't know what else. Probably try to slide the headers up in there while I'm at it, and maybe put that pulley on while it's up near too. Anyway, it's hot. I'm kind of miserable. Well, that's probably going to about do it for me today. I'm cooked. My shirt's soaked. I'm filthy. I'm taut. I'm tired. Didn't get as much done as I had hoped to get done. The pulley situation kind of threw me for a loop that I wasn't expecting. But here's what we did. The motor mount bolts are tight. Did set a carburetor on there. It's not the one I'm going to run, but at least I can see what it looks like. Fuel pump's on. I got another pulley on down there, but I don't have the alternator brackets on yet to see which one it's going to take. I don't think it's going to be that pulley, but it might be. Got this hose on. I got one bolt nut header. I got tired of fighting with it, so we kind of called that quits. This is not tight, but it's ran where it's going to need to go. All the stuff under the car is tight. Transmission mount, the cross member. Although I might need to take some of that stuff loose so I can wiggle, and the motor mounts, so I can wiggle the motor around a little maybe to get that header in. Man, they just don't fit worth a damn. I don't know if you can see that dark cloud over there, but Thor has been talking to us from that cloud for about the last, I don't know, 20, 25 minutes. And the radar does not look friendly. So before that happens, I'm gonna go in, shower. I'm meeting some friends for supper tonight at a hibachi place, one that we have never been to. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. And like I said, we're gonna go in, take a shower before it storms, and rest up a little before supper. We'll see you tomorrow, unless it rains. So we're gonna try to go out in the house.